Girls of Reddit, what is an unspoken rule of girl code? If you get breast cancer, let as many people as possible feel your lump so they know what they are looking for. Before my mastectomy, my breast made a lot of new friends, so early detection can mean the difference between life and death. You help other women who seem to be in trouble. When I was a teenager, my mom and I went to Walmart to get groceries. We split up to save time and a man started stalking me through the aisles. I finally got out to a main area and saw a lady with 2 kids. Walked right up to her and stood as close as possible. She was confused, but when I made a motion at the guy, she understood. She loudly thanked me for getting the milk and called me honey. Also referred to her son as my brother. Once the guy left, she stayed with me until I saw my mom, and then stayed where she was until I got to my mom and motioned that I was okay. That lady deserves an award for helping me that day. Always give each other tampons and pads when needed. After a few drinks, every girl in the bathroom is your best friend. If another girl comes over to you and pretends to know you, no questions asked. We've been friends for 30 years and haven't seen each other in 5. And always give a tampon if you have one and someone needs one. Edit. Never lend tampons. Always give. Person 1. I like your dress. Person 2. Thanks. It has pockets. Less than displays said pockets more than. If your dress has pockets, you let them know. Lipstick on their teeth. Eyeliner in the corner of their eye. Skirt tucked into pantyhose. You let them know without making a huge deal about it. If you're wearing a hair tie on your wrist and someone asks for a hair tie, you give it to them and accept that you likely will never see it again. If you walk into the bathroom and the girl in there is being quiet, you do your business and leave as quickly as you can. Girl is trying to poop. If friend drinks too much and starts to puke, always hold her hair back for her. If your friend gets back with her ex, you always support your friend, but you also tell her the truth and say if the relationship is toxic. No women left behind at the club. You look out for and take care of your girls and don't let random men drag them away without their explicit permission. Pretend strangers are your friends if you see them being creeped on by a guy, or followed or stared at, etc. If someone asks for a sanitary product, you hand one over. Doesn't matter who they are or if you don't like her. If you've got it, you give it. As far as I've ever seen, every girl knows the look. The look is a look a girl gets on her face when she is in a situation that she doesn't want to be in. It's part help me and part get me out of here. When you see this look, you step in. Doesn't matter if you know the girl or not. If she's dating a known abuser, take turns getting her out of the house. Play cards. Shop for shoes. Ask her to help you lay out the garden. Make pie. Never broach the subjects yourself. Just make sure she knows she's welcome anytime, day or night, with or without advance notice. Much like a code among smokers, you can ask anyone smoking to bum one. There are no barriers among complete strangers if she likes your dress, glasses, haircut, etc. You receive the compliment with delight and immediately give details as to how to acquire the same. Then you move on again like the total strangers that you are. I had a woman just ask me once how I wash my hair. I have curly hair, so it's a big thing to know your routine. And I spent 10 minutes speaking to a complete stranger on the streets of DC like she was my BFF about co-washing, wet twisting, hair products, and all that jazz. One caveat to this is that if there is a significant age difference between the compliment giver, being the older one, and the receiver, then there is a chance it might not be received well. It's a fine line. This one especially applies to college girls. If you're at a party and you see a girl doing something she might regret the next day due to drinking way too much, you go over there and make sure she's okay. The 5-minute rule. If it can be fixed in 5 minutes or less, tell her. If it can't, bloat situation, etc., then there's no need to say anything because it will literally only make her feel bad. This could be a trend across genders too, but when a girl says they love something you are wearing, you always tell her where you bought it and how much it was, and especially if you got it for a discount. This is very helpful. As an autistic person who doesn't understand unspoken rules, it's very helpful to have posts like this where they're all written. My wife had gone out drinking with her gay best friend, and eventually the gay best friend ditched her. She was semi-drunk but was being harassed by guys. She was lucky enough to keep it cool and didn't attempt to walk home. I was pissed at her friend. I let him know that if you're out with my wife you stay with her. You act like a ducking gentleman and friend and make sure she gets home safe. You do not ditch her at a bar after a few hours of drinking. With that said, a rule that should stand firm is do not abandon anyone when alcohol is involved. I've been the sober one and dealt with my annoying, embarrassing drunk friends before and I wanted to leave. But they're my friends and I won't allow anyone to be taken advantage of or end up hurt dead. Help the drunk girl crying in the bathroom. If their strap is twisted, untwist it. Always carry extra feminine products and extra hair ties. And if she's being harassed, you just link up and walk with her. No questions asked. Also, my daughters have a literal code. If they ever text me the secret code, I will drop everything I'm doing and call them immediately. Make up a major crisis and demand to come get them immediately. Make it 100% my fault, but give them an immediate out to any situation they don't feel able to simply walk away from. There is an almost imperceptible line between intrusive prurience and interest in the 6 lives of your friends that's defined by their inclination to share rather than you inquiring or making insinuations. Many friends will discuss sex candidly, others will use discretion, and some will resent the intrusion. Always wait to be confided in rather than commit an indiscretion. There are weird assumptions about the sisterhood that we talk about these sizes etc without reserve. This isn't true. My personal unspoken rule is keep an eye on other girls' drinks when you are at the bar, even if I don't know them. I have asked random strangers to keep an eye on mine and they are always like, girl yes we have to look out for each other. You always pretend that you know each other when a guy is being a jerk and you, or they, need a way out of a conversation. If a girl is being harassed or you overheard someone else planning to do something to her you don't leave her alone. I was on the bus once and this random girl came up to me and hugged me. As she did so, she whispered to me and said the group of guys in the back were talking about jumping me and my group of friends for our phones. I will forever thank that girl. One girl was being catcalled on the train and the guy wouldn't leave her alone. So I sat next to her and began making small convo as if we were friends. The guy eventually left. Never leave each other alone. Tell her when you see him cheating. Snap a pic for proof if you can. I've lost friends for this but I'll still do it every time. Human wall any girl if the only option is to pee in public. If someone asks for a tampon or pad, whether it's friend or enemy, give them the tampon or pad. Protect each other. Don't care if it's your sister or a complete stranger. Text your friends to check if they got home safe. Stay with them while their Uber or taxi etc comes. Check over that message she is going to send to the guy she likes to see if it sounds okay. Some communications require a group effort. Sanitary items to all veal having humans who need. When a friend is drunk and sad stay with them and make sure they're okay. I don't think this is actually a rule of the girl code but it should be and it's a personal rule of mine. If another female asks if they look fat the answer is always no followed by a compliment. Do not duck your friend's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. Also added to sanitary products. Painkillers. If you got them handy, help her itch out. Never leave your friends alone in a potentially dangerous situation. Bars. Walking home alone. etc. Adding on to this. If a random woman approaches you and asks to walk with you, stand by you, or hang out with you, let her. She's likely trying to avoid a creepy guy. Don't shame other women for how they express their femininity. Some women like pink. Some don't. Some women wear their emotions on their sleeves. Some cover their bodies while others show theirs. Women get enough criticism. We don't need it from each other. Do not post group pictures on social media with friends unless everyone involved knows and approves of said pic. If you seen blood on my pants, tell me. If someone compliments your clothes accessories, always thank them and tell them where you bought it and for how much. Everyone is friends in the bathroom after 11, no matter what. Not a girl, but I've always imagined there's a way to subtly suggest they have lipstick on their teeth to each other, and other such makeup faux pas. If you see my tag hanging out of my clothes, tuck it in. No questions asked. You don't flirt or duck with a taken man even if the girlfriend is not around. Also, you don't date your best friend's ex-boyfriend. I honestly have no idea why flirting with taken guys is considered badass and cool these days, but it needs to stop. If a random girl says hey and hugs you, play along because either are you or her followed. If someone gives you the I need out of this look dart, you are automatically her best friend and immediately require her presence on the other side of the room. Stupid or not, the original girl code is that once you have any sort of sexual romantic link to a guy, even just saying you like him, he is 100% off limits to all friends. This rule is more nuanced when the object of desire is another woman. Complimenting one another while drunk in a bathroom is the ducking best. Watch their drink if they leave it unattended. Don't ask if she's pregnant. This thread makes me realize that I've always been surrounded by mean, selfish, and vindictive women. I had no idea women actually looked out for one another. Bar bathrooms are a safe place. We all support whatever you are going through and hate that asshole too, but you are not allowed to ducking drunk text your ex Chad. If you see another woman who has a wardrobe issue in some way, toilet paper on her shoe, something in teeth, twig in her hair, tell them discreetly. I would rather one person tell me so I can fix it rather than go all day for everyone to notice. If a strange girl comes up to you in public and pretends you are best of friends and she hasn't seen you in forever, play along. She is most likely trying to escape a creepy predator who won't stop harassing her, and she hopes being absolved into a group will save her. It will. So you play along and move to a place with even more people light attention as coincidentally as possible. Eventually, when she feels safe, person has gone from her view, she will explain. There will often be exaggerated eye emotion though to try and indicate what she is wanting from you. Don't leave a drunk girl alone. Don't leave another woman in a dangerous situation, especially if she's been drinking or is otherwise impaired. This goes for house parties, room parties, bars. If a situation seems sketchy, get her out of there and home safe. This should be for either gender, really. You always help a sister with tampons or pads. Protect other girls in nightclubs from creeps and ask a wasted girl if she's fine with the guy around her if something looks off. If your best friend is mad at someone, you're also mad at that person. Lol. If you ever encounter another girl puking anywhere, always offer up a hair elastic. Don't date our exes. I'm looking at you, Whitney, you horrid itch. If it can be fixed in 60 seconds or less, smeared lipstick, hair out of place, shirt coming untucked, let her know. If it will take longer, eyeliner totally uneven needs to be redone, keep your quiet until a non-humiliating time where there is adequate time to fix it. If it is something that is permanent or that can't be fixed until the end of the day, put on 2 different shoes this morning. A scar, just don't say a damn thing. Exception is period leak. Always. Let her know. Quietly. I know this is questionably unethical, but my best friend was being aggressively hit on by a guy at a bar we were at, and I had to pretend she was my girlfriend to get him to leave us alone. He asked us to kiss each other if we were a couple, and I was like, no dude. You don't need proof. Other than me telling you. It sucked that this was the only way that I could get him to leave us alone. But that's how it went down. When you're in the bathroom doing something like peeing or touching up and someone else is in a stall not making a sound, they're waiting for you to leave so they can poop, wrap up what you're doing and give them privacy. 90% of this thread. 1. Hair ties. Tampons and pads are community property. 2. Help crying girls. 3. Help girls being hit on by creep. 4. Hair and clothing advice is welcome and mandatory if asked. 5. If your dress has pockets, you tell everyone. Make sure that the contributions of other girls in classwork environments are respected and not allow anybody to interrupt them, take credit for their ideas. If she pretends that she knows you at the bar, you know her, having been waiting for her, and yes, please, sit with us. Get them out of crappy dates or creepy situations if they give you a hint, even if they are strangers. Damn, women really do stick together. Why don't we, guys, also do that? If I'm at outside a club and I see a guy getting aggressive with a girl, I will be that best friend from out of town who just appears. Oh my gosh. I can't believe we just bumped into each other here of all places, how crazy. Let's catch up over here. I did this pretty recently. The guy followed us, got in my face and was promptly introduced to my military friends. I don't know your name, but I got your back. If it's late, travel in numbers. Never let a girlfriend travel alone after dark in a big city. When you go out somewhere, specifically a club or bar, you leave together. No girl is left behind. I mean, unless she is an adult, is sober, and has met a friend for the night. Even then, I'd probably still drag her ass out. That's me though. If someone is crying in the bathroom of a bar or club, help them out. Women are best friends in the bathroom whether you like it or not. Insult the bad ex when she's talking about him. I get it, okay. Sometimes the girl might be in the wrong too, but when consoling your girlfriend, it helps to insult their ex-boyfriend and call them an idiot for not noticing or appreciating how amazing she is. My boyfriend just dumped me over a text. Sniffle. Me. WTF. What a d-head. I will fight him. And then it gets weird when they get back together again. Sigh. If a person has a period stain, tell them. Also lend people pads, tampons,